Hopefully you've already started to look at and work on the third assignment, but I wanted to point out a few things about the assignment just to make sure that you're focused on the uh, way of doing the assignment and what needs to be turned in. So I'm going down to the near the bottom of the first page here to focus on the summary report. Just like the first assignment, this one also requires a summary report, and you're answering questions about why you chose to develop your product. Now, when I say product, this could be the product that you originally developed, or it could be the lesson plan that you developed to integrate a particular technology product. Why you chose the resource you used, why you consider this product useful for teaching the concept expressed or resources included in that product, and how well you think the resulting product achieves this purpose. Okay, so your summary report. Now, as I mentioned, you have a choice, as in the first assignment, of creating an original product or developing a lesson plan around something that's already out there that you found that you think would be appropriate for integrating into a lesson. Now, let me just focus on the second section here. That's developing an original product. Here's your choices, and this is where the assignment differs from assignment one, because this assignment is student-centered, and assignment one, of course, was teacher-centered. So it's a different approach, and that means you're developing something different. In this case, you could be developing an original technology-based product that's a standalone. In other words, you're not delivering the instruction with this product. The students are using the product to learn a particular concept or something that you've decided that they need to learn in your course. Something new here, it could be an original web quest that you've developed for students to use independently, of course, using resources that are on the internet. It could be an original rubric, and this is different from the first assignment. In this case, you're developing the rubric. It needs to have at least 5 criteria and at least 5 levels of assessment. The rubric should be something that's both used to assess the student work, and it should be given to the students in the beginning of the assignment so they can use it to guide them in their work. It should be a rubric that applies to a major assignment, something like a project or something along those lines. Another new type of resource in this assignment, you could develop a virtual field trip. This would be a standalone field trip that's completely described from start to end in terms of what the students need to do. And again, they're doing this independently. So it would look somewhat like a web quest, but it's a different orientation in doing this virtual field trip. Another option is to develop a Smartboard lesson. Now, this kind of lesson involves using resources that are available from Smartboard, but you're developing the Smartboard lesson using those resources. The resources might be things that you've developed in Smartboard, or it might be taking elements from the Smartboard Exchange and putting into something that represents a lesson for the students, and they're the ones that are going to be interacting with the Smartboard, not the teacher. Original rubric, I've already mentioned that one. This could be a standalone presentation. In other words, using presentation type technology, but the product is something that the students use independently. They could be working alone or working in groups, but they're using the presentation. Usually it has multimedia links, videos, or links to online resources, and they follow through the presentation to do what's required in it. It could be a standalone concept map with built-in links. In other words, the students use the concept map to access various resources such as websites, videos, or graphics that are linked to the concept map. Again, as in the first assignment, you could develop a podcast or a vodcast or some other video or audio product that is a standalone and guides students through some process. Going back to the first section, if you've found a resource that you like and want to use in a lesson, then you need to develop a lesson plan that integrates that resource, very much like in the first assignment. But again, these are all student-centered resources where the students are engaged in using the resources in that lesson. They could be presentations that the students themselves produce in this case. In other words, a lesson involves students perhaps researching something and developing their own presentations that they will deliver to the rest of the students in the class. The same with podcasts or vodcasts. The students are producing them in this lesson. Or it could be infographics or other digital materials or visualizations that the students are developing, and your lesson plan would revolve around how they're doing that. And the fourth item is for the students to develop concept maps to use as representations of their understanding of a particular concept, where they have done the research to create the concept maps. Another lesson plan integration could be some other technology-based product of your choosing based on the resources that are listed in this assignment. Again, it could be a virtual field trip, but this would be one that someone else has already described that you're integrating into a lesson. It could be a Smartboard lesson or activity, again, that you found perhaps using the Smart Exchange and are just integrating into a lesson. But again, it's the students who are interacting with the Smartboard. That's what's important about this. It's not a teacher-delivered Smartboard lesson or activity. It could be a web quest that you found online and want to integrate into a lesson, but it's something that you did not develop. Or it could be a rubric that you found that has at least the minimum criteria and levels that you want to integrate into an assignment and develop a lesson plan that uses that rubric. And of course, there's the other learning resources that you might want to use. If it's not something that's included in the resources in this assignment, you can check with me to see if they're okay to use. The resources this time, many of them are the same resources from assignment 1, but now you'll see some differences with the addition of some WebQuest links that will give you lots of information on either finding WebQuests or developing your own WebQuests. There's a section on virtual field trips, of course, information on what they are, how to do them, and then of course links to various resources for those field trips. There's also a section on rubric generators. These resources are for you to use in developing your own rubrics, and that can be done online. Okay, that's pretty much it. The rest of these resources should look somewhat familiar because they were also involved in the first assignment. Let's go to the course for a minute. Okay, this is Module 3. And I just want to point out that this is the assignment for Module 3, but I've added some additional resources in D2L, links to websites and also some documents you can take a look at. There's a document on technology, integrating technology into the classroom. There is information on virtual field trips here. There's information on WebQuests here. And then there's some additional links to information on project-based learning, along with a checklist that teachers can use for project-based learning. And then there's several files here that have links in them, lots of technology resources that you might want to take a look at to see if it's something you might want to use in this assignment or in future use. Okay, that's all. Thank you for your attention.